Today I'm going to be comparing these two dog grooming vacuums and just be kind of sharing which one I think is the best in regards to purchasing for your dog and for your grooming needs. Now I've got this one here on the right that's going to be made by Vaclab, and this one here on the left is going to be made by BXYY. Both these I purchased on Amazon. Both these are some of the best sellers on Amazon, and so I did want to do a comparison of these two. Now obviously when looking at them, the Vaclab doesn't look near as high value, I guess, or as nice of a just a look when looking at it. Okay, so but obviously looks are not everything, so I did want to compare the two in regards to suction. I want to compare the two in regards to tools that they come with, and then all of that sort of a thing. Now, first things first, I did want to talk about the vacuum hose itself. Now, the vacuum hose on this BXYY does feel quite a bit nicer, like in regards to thickness and quality. So you can see this one here on the top is the one from BXYY. The one at the bottom is from Vaclab. So I do like that. I also love the way that the one from BXYY actually clips into place. So the Vaclab one is just going to go right in here and you just kind of push it into place by kind of molding the plastic to go into it. And then it's just going to clip right over that. This one from BXYY actually has this little button. So it just goes into place and then it clips. So I just got to put it right in there. Oh, and I've got it in the wrong spot. There we go. So it's just going to clip right into place there. And then it's going to be solid in there. To remove it, I just push down the button and it's right back out. This one from Vaclab does not do that. So it's just going to go in place. And then to try and get it back out, so like if you're storing it or whatever, you got to try and kind of push in on this and mold it and get it to kind of pop out because it's just going to pop in and out of that little hole. So definitely do prefer that from the BXYY. So you can see here putting this in is going to involve, kind of getting it to be pressed in the right spot. And then I got to turn it to get it into place and kind of shove on it and that sort of a thing. So it is kind of a bit annoying. Now both these are going to be corded. The Vaclab is going to come with the cord that comes out. This one from BXYY, the cord is built in, so it doesn't pull out on there. So let me go ahead and plug both of these in, and let's test out the suction of these two. So I've got both of them plugged in. Let's start it with this Vaclab. So I'm just going to push on that little orange button here on the top. And you can see it does have enough suction to hold it onto my hand, but I can shake it a little bit and it will fall off. Now let's try that same thing with the BXYY. And again, it's not really holding it into place. Like it is a little bit, but not really, and I can shake it off. However, the BXYY actually has 2 speed buttons. So if I push on this little button here, that's now the higher speed. And now it will stay on there a lot better. It still does fall off though, just in regards to the amount of suction. And it's not really, there it's kind of staying on my hand a little bit, even when shaking it back and forth some. So the BXYY does have 2 speed functions. So just by pushing this button here on the back, you can go from the lower speed to the higher speed, depending on what you want. The Vaclab is just going to have the 1 speed, just on or off on this one. Now, the BXYY in regards to cleaning, like you can easily take this canister off and then empty it. So you can clean out this little filter that it has here after you open up the bottom of this. So just by pushing on this bottom little clip here, this is going to pull out. And then it's got this little filter that you can pull out. You can easily clean all of this as well. I believe this is going to turn. Yep, that's going to turn and that will come off as well. So you can easily clean all of the different parts of this one from BXYY, including the filter itself. And so you can easily do that. And I got to get it back into place here. There we go. Okay, so you can easily do all of that on the BXYY option. And then it just slides right back down into there. This one from Vaclab, to empty it, it just has this little clip here on the bottom and it pulls out. That's it. There's no filter or anything that you can actively clean on this one. It is just going to be all of the dirt and junk is going to go right inside of here. There's not a filter for you to clean or whatever. So definitely the BXYY is better in that regard versus this one from Vaclab. Now, they're both going to have about the same things going on in regards to what they come with for the grooming. So you have this pair of clippers. This is going to be wireless on this one, and I believe this one is wireless as well. Yes, so both of these are going to be wireless, so you can charge them, and then you can then turn them on and clip or trim your dog's hair. Going to come with the little heads here. Same thing with this one from Vaclab, going to come with those heads. Now this one's only gonna come with this single one here, and then you can replace this head if you choose with this other head, and then it's gonna come with this one and then this little grooming one, where this one comes with multiple different options. So you've got this one that's got like a soft rubber, you've got that trimmer, obviously, you've got this trimmer head, you've got this roller head that you can use to roll on the dog, you've got this one as well, and then you also have this one, which is the same as this one here. So the BXYY definitely has far more heads, far more options when grooming your dog with it than the one from Vaclab does. Now, the last thing I want to talk about here is value. Now, when I purchased both of these, obviously the prices are going to vary, you know, depending on when I purchase it versus when you purchase it. But the price was virtually identical between these two. The BXYY was actually $5 cheaper than this one from Vaclab was when I purchased them. So if that is still the case, I 100% would buy the BXYY. Not only do I feel like it is a much better vacuum, but it's even a better value than this one from Vaclab is. Now, obviously in the future, the prices might change. The Vaclab might go down, the BXYY might go up. But as it is right now, the BXYY is also, one, the better value, but also, in my opinion, the better vacuum. I love the way that the hose goes on. I love the extra thickness of the hose, the fact that it easily just attaches and detaches right from the front. Whereas this one from Vaclab, once you attach it, it's a pain in the neck to put the hose back on. And then also you're going to get a lot more variety of heads to go for your dog groomer here with the BXYY than you will with the Vaclab. One last thing I do want to mention about the Vaclab issues that I've had with it is when you're going to connect it and going to do things with it, you go to pick it up with this handle here. This handle pops out repeatedly. And what has happened is just by using this a couple of times, it's actually already a piece broken off here just because of this plastic. So it's not actually molded. It will go back into place and it can still hold in place there without too much issue, even though that little piece is broken off. But this one from BXYY just has like a leather handle that's right here over the top that you can easily carry it with. And hopefully that leather won't break or this plastic piece won't break. But so far I haven't had that issue with that. And then also I love the fact that it's going to have the removable canister. Like the Vaclab, I'm going to have to unplug it. I'm going to have to drag it outside, you know, when I need to empty it, when I need to clean out. This, I can just pull this little canister out. I can take it outside. I can dump all the dog hair out, whatever. I can pop this open. I can take off this thing. I can take off this filter. It's got that extra filter that the Vaclab doesn't even have. So overall, definitely a much better product here from this BXYY. In my opinion, I just really do prefer it over this option from Vaclab. So if I had to choose between these two, I would 100% choose this BXYY. I really feel like it is the best vacuum groomer when comparing these two options.